The Game of the Year edition for Microsoft Flight Simulator is set to release next week, and is bringing with it a ton of new additions. This includes DirectX 12 support, a new weather system, and much more. The Sim's first major expansion is also releasing the same week, which will add a whole new playstyle. So, the release date for Sim Update 7, also known as the Game of the Year edition, is the 18th of November. The Reno Air Races expansion will also be available on the same day. The Game of the Year edition is a free update to all owners of Microsoft Flight Simulator and will be available on both PCs and consoles. So, let's start with this update. What will it actually contain? DirectX 12 has been discussed for a very long time when it comes to this sim. Initially, it was expected to release alongside the console version, however, it never actually made that date. Instead, it will arrive in December. Whilst DirectX 12 isn't expected to bring any performance improvements to the sim, it nonetheless is a far more efficient API compared to DirectX 11. DirectX 12 also opens up the possibility for future additions and graphical changes such as ray tracing and DLSS. When Sim Update 7 lands, DirectX 12 will be available as an option from the sim's main menu. From here, players will be able to enable or disable it. That means DirectX 12, for the moment at least, is not mandatory. It will be further developed over the course of 2022, likely bringing with it additional features and improvements. Scenery is of course an important thing for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and a big part of that is vegetation. Currently, simmers don't have much in the way of an option for controlling the level of detail or view distance for trees. However, this is something that will be changing with the next update. A new slider will be introduced which will allow simmers to have direct control over the render detail of trees and other vegetation. Now, I know this certainly isn't something that everyone wants, perhaps only a small percentage of the players do actually want this, but for many others it's a highly anticipated feature. Action Replay then is finally coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is a feature which will initially be introduced in a basic form and then improved upon over time. To begin with, the Action Replay feature will be accessible by enabling it through the in-sim dev tools. This feature will essentially be the same one that Microsoft and Asobo use in-house to make the various traders. Apparently, the UI isn't perfect for this, however, that is something which Microsoft want to improve over the coming months. Unfortunately, due to the Action Replay only being accessible via the dev tools, it means that it's unlikely this will be an available thing for console simmers. That, however, hasn't been confirmed yet, so time will tell on that front. Weather isn't perfect by any means in a Microsoft Flight Simulator, and perhaps one of the biggest hurdles there is the accuracy of live weather. Now, Microsoft and Asobo have in their recent Q&As made a fairly big point of discussing these various issues. There's some fixes and improvements then, a big overhaul apparently coming with Sim Update 7, so look out for some improvements here. Jet fighters are a hugely appealing aspect of air flight. Fortunately then, Microsoft are bringing the first fighter jet into the game with Sim Update 7. This will be the FA-18, the Super Hornet, and it will be entirely free. Microsoft have confirmed that the plane will have a top speed of Mach 1.6 and will also feature a sonic boom. And yes, for those who commented about it previously, we know the pilot cannot hear the sonic boom. The FA-18 was originally planned to be released as a part of the Top Gun expansion, however, as the movie has been delayed, that expansion has also been delayed. The good news, however, is that the plane itself is still on schedule. Now, for those of you who like to use the eye trackers, you'll likely be very pleased to hear that the current feedback snapshot shows that support for the Tobii Eye Tracker is coming with Sim Update 7. Now, I haven't heard Microsoft specifically talk about it for a while, and its presence on the feedback snapshot certainly isn't a guarantee of its arrival. However, it does nonetheless make it very likely that it will make an appearance. This then could be awesome news for anyone who currently owns or plans to own an eye tracker. Also present on the feedback snapshot for Sim Update 7 is VR controller support. Again, I haven't heard Microsoft directly speaking of this for a while, so I wouldn't say it's guaranteed, but that said, it is looking good. VR controller support, of course, means that VR simmers will be able to interact with their planes using touch controllers. This is a very big deal indeed, and will add a huge amount of immersion when inside of VR. The FA-18 isn't the only plane coming to the Game of the Year edition. Including the Super Hornet, there will be a total of 5 brand new planes, all of them coming for free. The Velocity is a drone-like small plane with VTOL capabilities. It's based upon the concept vehicle from German company Volocopter, and Microsoft have stated that the development work which went into this forms the early work for eventually bringing helicopters into the sim. Meanwhile, the PC-6 Porter is a short takeoff plane that should bring some fun along with it. Bush plane options, meanwhile, are being expanded with the addition of the NX Cub, and finally the Aviat Pitts Special S1S is on the way for anyone who likes a bit of aerobatics. Now, this last section I want to keep fairly short, as I've mentioned these aspects in previous videos. So, some new content. There's going to be 8 new high-detailed airports on the way. This includes 3 for Germany, 3 for Switzerland, and 2 for the United States. These are all listed on the screen right here. There will also be a number of new photogrammetry cities, and these include Helsinki, Brighton, Derby, Eastbourne, Newcastle, Nottingham, as well as a few others. So then, that's most of what we know so far about the Game of the Year edition. Do let me know in the comments section what you're looking forward to seeing. For me, it's an FA-18, as well as seeing how DirectX 12 actually impacts a sim. Also, don't forget that the Reno Air Races expansion will be releasing next week. This will be a paid update and will cost $20 for the basic pack and $60 for the full pack. It's available for both consoles and PC. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.